Welcome to another BabyPillars video tutorial. In this video, we will focus on the importance of tummy time and its connection to future development milestones, such as your baby lifting its head, how to relieve your baby's muscle tension, how tummy time leads to future mobility, where to place your baby's hands during tummy time. In this video, you will learn the different exercises that we as parents can practice with our babies so that they learn how to lay on their stomachs in the most comfortable way. We'll begin this process with our baby laying on its back. This position is familiar and comfortable for them, and at this stage, it is also the position they spend most of their time in. Only after we familiarize our baby with its body through a step-by-step process will we move them to lay on their stomachs. Over the course of this video, you will watch and learn how your baby will learn to lay comfortably on its own, or with our help and guidance. Lay your baby on its back and establish eye contact. With one hand, cup both of your baby's feet and place your other hand beneath its pelvis. Gently roll your baby's feet towards its head and back. Do this a few times, as far as your baby allows you to. In this process, you're looking to see how far your baby's back rounds with as little as effort as possible. In this same position, begin to roll your baby's pelvis in both directions. Here too, do not roll your baby's feet with any force. Roll your baby gently to the right and gently to the left. For the entire duration of this exercise, make sure to maintain eye contact and to communicate with your baby. After this first stage, rest your baby's pelvis on your leg. Once your baby's feet are elevated, you will most likely see it bring its arms together. Gently begin to pat your baby's chest while making a smooth sound. This patting allows your baby's chest to release downward and allows the spine to round. In order to release unnecessary tension caused by gas, belly aches, or discomfort that may occur in your baby's body during their first few months. Continue to gently pat your baby's chest and vary the movement by rubbing and gently applying pressure on the chest in a downward motion. All of these actions work towards the release of tension that is present in your baby's first few months. Slowly, remove your baby's pelvis from your foot and check to see if there's any significant improvement in their leg movement towards their head. Should your baby's motions remain stagnant or stiff, repeat the previous steps until their body releases. Now, place your thumbs beneath your baby's knees so that your remaining 4 fingers are wrapped gently around the front of the legs. Bounce your baby's pelvis gently up and down. Notice that the motion is slow and passes all the way onto your baby's head. Here we can evaluate their chest motion. When the pelvis is lowered and meets the floor, your baby is learning how to relax its body and release unnecessary tension. Slowly, straighten your baby's legs and continue the same back and forth motion towards their head. Place 4 fingers underneath their shins, and your thumb should wrap around their shins. Gently rock your baby up towards its head and down back towards yourself. Again, the movement here is slow and steady, and should always be accompanied by eye contact and constant communication. Gently hold on to your baby's legs separately and roll them onto their side, making sure that one knee is bent and the other is straight. Rolling them should always be toward the side of the straightened leg. Leave your baby on their side and massage them in this position for several seconds. Make sure your baby's knee is held closely to the floor. This exercise is actually your baby's first introduction to the sides of its body. This will ultimately lead to a further familiarization with all of your baby's body parts and will be extremely helpful in every stage of development. Perform this exercise on both the right and left sides of the body, and then return your baby to laying on its back with one knee straight and the other bent. In the following step, hold your baby's legs separately once again and roll them until their belly touches the floor. Watch your baby's position. Bend the right knee with your 4 fingers placed around the shin and roll them gently towards their stomach. Notice how your baby is laying on its stomach. Did it adjust its hands to reach forward? Is your baby trying to lift its head? Is one hand stuck beneath its body? Is it comfortably laying on its stomach? Is it lifting its head? Each stage of this exercise will lead your baby to lay comfortably on its stomach without any tension in its chest. Now that your baby is lying on its stomach, gently pat its back and massage its hands and body. Accompany these motions with soothing sounds and touch as a distraction, in order to keep them on their stomach for as long as possible. Make sure that your baby's arms are bent at the elbows and leaning on its elbows while lying on its stomach. The patting motion teaches your baby where to place their hands, which will allow them to lay on their stomach comfortably for elongated periods. Remember to continuously guide your baby through this process with your voice and a sense of security. As long as your baby feels you guiding it along the way, it will feel and receive your sense of confidence. You will see that it will feel more comfortable continuing this process on its own. Remember that your baby's development from the newborn stage until they begin to walk lies in the foundation of laying in tummy time. From this position, your baby will lift its head, roll over, and become mobile. The tummy time position is the root of your baby's crawling and sitting stance. From the crawling position, onto the knees, to standing, and from standing to walking. With these positions, your baby's spine and organs mature, and a sense of space and surroundings expands. Your baby experiences confidence and a sense of security when they are less exposed to the amount of stimulus surrounding them. Tummy time leads to the strengthening of the muscles and is the basis for developing a sense of their own weight. That's all for this BabyPillars tutorial. Until the next time. Hello, and welcome to another BabyPillars tutorial. In this video, we will focus on and learn how to develop hand, eye, and mouth coordination, developing your baby's ability to understand their surroundings, focusing on eyesight and broadening your baby's depth of vision, and establishing a base for future developmental milestones. Around the age of 3 to 6 months, when something interesting catches your baby's eye, you may notice that their hands automatically react. Our goal is to create the appropriate conditions for your baby's hand-eye coordination to develop, so that their ability to reach out to objects in their central line of sight is enabled. This is a basic and important skill, as your baby's ability to focus their eyesight will act as a base for their ability to reach across the center of their body and grab something voluntarily, and at later milestones, such as turning over. In this video, you will learn how you can teach your baby to focus their gaze and to reach their hand with clear intention for an object, rather than as a basic instinct. This intentional movement will eventually lead them to develop the ability to turn over and crawl, thereby raising your baby's motivation to learn to move independently. Other objects, and the ability to grasp objects, which now becomes an intentional action, rather than an innate reflex. First, rest your baby on their back so that their hips are resting on your feet. Make eye contact with your baby, talk to them, and bring your nose up close to their face. Bring your nose close to your baby's nose. When you notice a reaction, begin to very slowly back away. You should be able to see your baby reach out with both hands in the direction of your face. It's key to maintain steady eye contact with your baby throughout this entire process, and continue to move in the designated space with your eyes locked on them. The moment you notice your baby lose eye contact with you, this is the point when your baby can no longer maintain steady eye contact. Continue to keep eye contact with your baby with the use of slow movement in space, and never disconnect your eyes from them at all. You can also complete this exercise with one of your baby's toys or with an object they enjoy. Place your baby's hips on your foot. Using the toy, touch your baby's body line down the center and very slowly distance the toy away from your baby in one long continuous upward motion. Notice your baby's reaction and watch to see if both arms reach toward the center of their gaze in an attempt to touch the toy. Now, move the toy towards the right and wait for your baby's reaction. Then move the toy back towards the center. Now move the toy left. And again, wait for your baby's reaction. And return the toy back towards the center. Complete this process several times and wait to observe your baby's reactions. If your baby does not react, touch their hand slightly with the toy to make the connection between the toy and their hand. Or rather, you are making a connection between their sense of vision and sense of touch. Pay close attention to your baby's eyes and make sure they follow the toy and that their arms reach out towards it. Now, tempt your baby with the toy once more, in the center of their gaze, and wait patiently for your baby to grab the toy with two hands. At around 3 to 4 months, you will be able to see your baby grab onto the toy intentionally and choose if they want to grab or let it go. This process requires maturation of the nervous system and the ability to coordinate between the hand and the eye. Generally, you will see your baby taking toys and immediately putting them in their mouth. This is the first step of a very important process at this age, which is the connection between the hand, eye, and mouth. This connection will serve your baby throughout the rest of their life with basic skills such as eating, drinking, brushing teeth, and more. That's all for this BabyPillars tutorial. Until the next time.